Hello again, and welcome to another edition of Music Matters. I'm MonkeyBoy.
And I'm Ziggy, and our friend Ashley is with us again.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm back.
Yeah.
And this one is going to be hilarious.
Yeah, this one is on just kind of we're going to call this episode Andy's Introduction to Country Music.
I know he's been waiting a long time.
I couldn't wait.
When we talked about starting this podcast a year and a half ago, I thought, well, I want to do it with Andy. He was the only one I thought about. And I thought, but we're going to have to talk about country music. What am I going to do there? Because my friend here is already trapped in the 80s.
Yeah.
Very much so.
He is so good at the 80s
and
that
90s.
any podcast we do on any topic, he can relate it back to the 80s. It's like that
What?
Kevin Bacon game.
Yeah.
It's like that Kevin Bacon. He can you watching here, man. He'll take this back to the 80s.
I'm Gen X, man.
Yeah, he'll be
He
talking.
likes what he likes.
He'll
and
be
that's
talking about
that.
Poison in this episode
Oh,
by the
wow.
end of it. But
We'll see what
it's an
happens.
intro
Didn't they
to.
release a country album?
It's an intro to country music.
Bret Michaels did.
Yeah. On the next episode, we're going to talk about conspiracies. Like,
Okay.
yeah, like Paul McCartney. Is that the real Paul McCartney?
Or
that we're seeing
did
out
he
there?
die a long, long time
Or
ago?
did he die a long, long
Yeah.
time ago? Andy's into conspiracies. I'm not, but I'm open-minded. I'm going to listen. You know.
I'll listen too.
I'm sure we'll talk about Bigfoot.
I love Bigfoot.
I don't know. But that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And let's see what else we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about heavy music coming up. It's my turn.
Yes.
It's my turn to talk about heavy music.
Love heavy
what
music.
that is. What was another one?
Lorna Shore?
No, we're not.
That kind of heavy?
Oh, no. We're going to talk about heavy music.
Typo negative type of heavy?
No, we're going to talk like Godsmack.
Godsmack, all right.
And going extreme.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that. I don't know. I mean, we got some ideas to work out. The good thing is that endless ideas.
Oh, endless. Music is endless.
Yes.
Music is endless. So just to kind of remind everyone that Andy and I are former radio announcers. About 40 years of combined radio history, so we think we're qualified to talk about music.
A little bit. I think that's the only thing I'm qualified to talk about.
Yeah. So anyway, well, let's talk about country music, Andy, because I know that you're really excited.
Yay! I got
So-
my shit kickers on and my
I
cowboy
know
hat ready to go.
You're gonna be great. We're gonna talk about Andy's barriers to country music. We're gonna talk about some stereotypes. We're gonna talk about what's hot and what's not on the country music chart.
Yep.
Let's start with a little country music news.
Okay.
Kind of a sad deal. Alan Jackson performed his final concert on the 17th.
How old is he?
He's got to be in his 70s,
Yeah,
but he has health concerns.
Yeah.
What is that disease that he's living with? Let's see if I can find it.
They
here
just
in the
honored
story.
him at the ACM Awards too.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he had a really nice speech.
yeah. He hasn't announced any further performances. He revealed that he, in 2021, has been living with a degenerative nerve condition called Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, which causes nerve damage primarily in the arms and legs. The disease can cause muscular contractions and a loss of sensation and make walking difficult, which is
Bummer.
why he decided to walk away from the stage. But
Yeah.
you are familiar with Alan Jackson, Andy?
I am. I do actually know Alan Jackson. We used to sing Chattahoochee. We'd change it to Mississippi because I used to live on the Mississippi River. So
Yeah.
we'd go out on the river and we'd sing Way Down Yonder on the Mississippi.
Yeah.
No. Can we get a few bars?
Oh, no, nobody wants to hear that.
No.
No.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I've gotten you to sing on the podcast yet.
Today's George Strait's birthday.
Brooks and Dunn, remember?
George Strait.
Yeah.
Brooks and Dunn, remember, they stopped doing anything, and now they're back at it for, maybe 8 years?
I have seen Brooks and Dunn.
Have you?
I have.
I
Very
have
good.
not.
They opened
I
up
have.
for the Rolling Stones.
I believe I've seen them twice put on a great show, but they're back at it. Yeah, they just came out with an album
Yeah.
last year of current music stars redoing their songs with
Yep.
them, I think, and now they're open to recording a new album.
All right.
So it's nice to see them back out there. I never quite understood why they stopped what they were doing. Kix Brooks, I know that you listen to this every Sunday. He used to do the countdown.
What countdown?
The American.
Did you take over for Casey Kasem?
No.
Oh.
He did the country one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You didn't. You never listened.
Every weekend. Every weekend.
Really?
Every weekend.
Well, anyway, that's what's going on there. I'm looking for a.
I try to make my ears bleed at least once a week.
You are just. I don't know what to say about you anymore, really, to be honest.
I know. I'm terrible.
Well, not much is happening in country music. What are the charts?
All right, charts. Coming in at number 10 is Nate Smith. Fix What You Didn't Break.
Do you know that one?
Nope.
Okay.
I do.
I do.
All right. Number 9, Josh Ross. Single Again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It's a good one.
Number 8, Sam Hunt. Country House.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Number 6. Hey, wait. No, 7. Number 7. Corey Kent, This Heart. You know that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Good?
I like it.
Okay. Number 6. Ella Langley, Weren't for the Wind.
Love that song.
Oh, love her, love the song.
Weren't for the
Yes.
Wind.
Love
All right.
that song.
Don't know that song.
Well,
I'll have to check it out.
absolutely.
Number 5, Kane Brown, Backseat Driver. I hate backseat drivers.
No, I thought you were talking about the song itself.
But-
I was
but
like,
No,
you
I'm
know,
just
like
talking
Kane
about
Brown.
backseat drivers.
So you like Kane Brown? That's good.
I have no idea. But I hate backseat drivers.
Okay.
They drive me nuts. I got one that I live with. Number 4, Megan Maroney, Am I Okay?
Mm-hmm.
she was just in Omaha on Friday.
Number 3, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
You didn't know?
Did not know. Number 3, Riley Green, Worst Way.
Love
Riley
that
Green's
song.
good stuff.
Okay?
He's yummy.
Okay.
Yummy.
Number 2, Jason Aldean, Whiskey Drink. I actually do know that song because I
Okay.
just played it just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen. Wallen? Which is it? Wallen?
Yeah.
Wallen.
Morgan Wallen. Number 1, I'm the Problem.
Yes. So
And he just released that album.
just released that album. It's got like 31 or 37 tracks on it. He's like the Taylor Swift of country music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's got
you can
the
check out a
formula
lot of
down.
songs. You
Yeah.
can check out a lot of songs by him.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yep.
tonight.
He definitely has the formula down though.
Mhm.
Usually anything he puts out, people are all on it.
He's the shine down of the
He's-
country music.
Yeah,
scene.
yeah. He's really the biggest thing in country right now. Kind of a pukey human being, but yeah.
Yeah.
But his music is good.
Yeah, his music is good.
Okay. So the Michael Jackson of country
Yeah.
music.
Okay, sure.
All right. Let's see. Where are we going?
Well, did you do number 1?
Yeah.
Oh,
Morgan
Morgan.
Wallen.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
pro-
Pay attention, Ziggy.
I'm trying. He was talking. Okay, so I
Let
like country.
the education
I
begin.
like country music.
I love
I know,
country
I know.
music.
I was raised on country music. I was born long time ago in '69. My dad had played steel guitar before I was born, and so I was raised on what we consider now to be traditional country music. Your Hank Snows, your Hank Thompsons, your Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, Hank Sr., the list goes on and on. Tammy Wynette, Loretta
Patsy
Lynn,
Cline.
Patsy Cline. Again, at some point in the early 80s, I heard Autograph turn up the radio, and I kind of stopped listening to country. But I, even during that period, did listen to it about 50-50.
Sure.
I got into radio. I worked, I think, more in country radio than I did in rock radio.
Yeah.
And enjoyed that. I've been to a lot of country concerts in my life. Our friend Jason says country is my side chick, but yeah, again, if I was having a musical threesome, it would be metalcore, pop, and country.
I was thinking
Okay.
K-pop there for a second
No,
because I know you like that.
I do like
Yeah.
K-pop. And so, yeah, so I listen to country. I have to admit that I've been a little bit out of touch here lately, which I don't like. I don't like to get behind on music. It
Right. No, I get that.
Yeah, it drives me nuts to get behind on music. So I've been listening to a lot of it here lately. There's a lot of it I like. There's a lot of it I don't like. I'm a little bit more of a traditionalist, but I like a lot of the, like Kelsey Ballerini. There's nothing really traditional about her, but she's country, and I like her. I like I don't have a problem with the poppier side of country. The southern part of country, I don't like, we discussed this, I think, on the last episode. I'm not really into what Hardy does. He's got a rock song on the radio right now. He's had some country songs. It's just
some of the stuff is okay.
Yeah, some of the stuff is okay. I was never really that big of a Florida Georgia Line fan. That kind of country. But there's a lot of we have two. Well, I guess really kind of three traditionalists out there right now. That are big. We have Lainey Wilson, we have Ella Langley, we have Zach Top, and there's some other guys that are, that have been around for a while that are keeping it traditional now. Let's talk about your barriers.
Your barriers.
Sir Andy.
His stereotype.
Okay.
His stereotypes,
Yep.
barriers.
All right.
Can I guess why you're not a big country guy?
Sure.
Because they all sound the same.
It's very true.
There's not a lot of diversity in what they sing about.
It's very true.
It's boring.
Very, 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 very true.
That's that's typically what you hear when people are like, do you like country?
The pace of the music
Mm-hmm.
is usually too slow for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like upbeat, happy songs,
Sure.
I guess, for the most part, and metal, but metal's not really happy, but it's upbeat, it's fast, it's
The faster
aggressive.
stuff, yeah.
I like that type of stuff. Country. Where do I go? Okay, so I have a couple of country songs that I do like. Elvira
By the Oak Ridge Boys.
by the Oak Ridge Boys.
Mm-hmm.
That one, basically, that's one of the songs I grew up on. My parents liked that song. My parents liked Willie Nelson's On the Road Again.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Rogers, The Gambler.
Mm-hmm.
They listened to the Mandrell Sisters. I wasn't really a fan of the Mandrell Sisters. I think that might have been what started my, just because they were on TV, and I had to sit there and watch it. Because at the time, they only had one TV and they only had 3 channels, and so you were pretty much stuck watching whatever your parents were going to watch.
Yeah, the Mandrell Sisters and Lawrence Welk.
Yeah, and that's what I grew up on, and I hated it. I just hated it. It just...
Well, if you're forced to, too. I mean, that changes it.
And hee-haw. But I did appreciate the guitar work of
Roy Clark.
Roy Clark, and he was funny, too. Roy Clark was funny. I liked Roy Clark.
Buck Owens was good on there, too, though.
Yeah, Buck Owens was okay, too.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was just, I couldn't relate to the overalls and the weird clothes, and just
So
y'all have a
Y'all, he's even up the y'all.
I'm breaking out the terminology.
Yeah.
Y'all have this whole lifestyle, which is the same way with rock too.
There's themes that go with each genre.
I just don't relate to any of it.
I think that as far as the topics, well, it's kind of a two-part thing. As far as the topics, I think that we're in 2025. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't do a lot of research on this, but I am a former radio announcer, so I think I can get close. Your average country music listener is in a suburban area.
Really?
Your average, yes. Your largest country music audience is now living in a suburban area.
I would think it'd be rural.
Okay, but I'm not talking just here's my farm and I'm out on the hill and it's 45 minutes to the next house.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's not where it's happening. Not all of these people are living on farms and
No.
ranches. Okay?
Right, right.
I
They're,
think it started in rural radio.
Right.
yeah,
and
some of them have never ever been on a horse.
barn dances and
Okay.
That's what yeah.
Some of
that
them
kind
have never
stuff.
been to a barn dance.
But no,
Some of 'em
now
have-
we're in stadiums.
Some of them have never. Most country music listeners have never been on a tractor.
No, really? I've even been on a tractor. Come on now.
Well, I've been on a tractor. Have you been
I've
on
been
a
on a
tractor?
tractor, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm just saying, a lot of the topics that are currently being sung about in country music are not relatable to the average country music listener, or are they relatable to those who don't listen to country music? For instance, I love horses. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with horses. Okay?
I have.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
indifferent to horses.
I'm just saying, when 10 out of 20 songs are about horses, it is not representative of the country music listenership, because again, they are not today in 25 living this life of being on the farm. Okay, trucks. Excuse my language. How many more fucking trucks do we need to sing about in country music?
Right?
Again,
Come
You
on.
can do
Chevys?
again, you can do this with any genre. They pick topics that are popular, and they make different songs.
And
Same
how come
thing in
it's
the rock
always
world.
about the spilled beer?
Spilled beer. It's always about beer.
drinking and
Drinking.
Nature, hunting,
I'm gonna tell
fishing.
you. I'm gonna tell you. Shame on country. They sing about
Or-
drinking so much in bars that I believe that country music itself is fully responsible for the alcoholism problem in the United States of America.
I 100%
Okay,
agree.
Whatever.
100% agree.
Well,
People no.
It's-
People talk about drinking.
it's about
and
drinking. Okay. Cheating.
I lived in
rebellious
I
and
lived in
rock
Wisconsin,
world,
which
too.
is the biggest drinking state in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They love them some drinking. You know what else they love? Country music.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin they have these huge festivals, multiple different festivals in Wisconsin every year. Country fest, country jam, country everything. Like, there's at least 6 of them that I can think of
Yeah.
that go on that are just Woodstock type events. And yeah, they love them some country music and drinking
Yeah.
in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Both.
Same here in Iowa, but
Yes,
Okay,
Iowa
so-
too. Iowa is right up there too.
Trucks, bars, drinking, Jesus and God.
Yep.
Okay,
Faith,
I'm not
yep.
going to put
Yep.
I'm not going to put a slant on
love,
that. I won't.
heartbreak. I mean,
Cheating. Oh my God, how many
See, I can
cheating
get
songs?
I can get into the love and the heartbreak thing.
Okay.
You know, those are relatable
Relatable.
topics. The truck, I'd never had a truck.
okay.
Dirt road. Dirt road.
I
Oh,
can kind of
I'm
relate
on
to
a
dirt
dirt road.
I used to go riding on a dirt road quite a bit when I was a kid, so yeah, I can relate to that. But not today. Like, I don't
Well,
go
what are
out
some
to
other
go-
topics they sing about, Andy?
Hunting, fishing.
Yep, for
Okay.
sure.
Hunting and fishing.
Usually it's the
Small town.
small town. Lost my dog. Lost my job. Lost my.
But they're all storytelling.
Yeah, that's true. They are storytelling.
Well, can we
some
tell a
of them.
different story in 2025?
Right? Aren't there enough stories about?
Sure.
Why don't we
Spilling
sing
beer.
about driving our Chevy? Let's talk about driving our Chevy on I-855 in Los Angeles to our job in Hollywood. because that's I mean
That would never work. That
but
would never
I'm
work.
just saying that I can't buy into your story when it's not representative of what's going on in life. Dirt Road, I mean,
Here, it's relevant.
well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, there are plenty of.
again, I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with country music. I'm just saying. That
I don't either, and I almost think
it really seems to just be stuck.
They do. Yeah, agreed. Their topics and their songs are pretty narrow.
Yeah.
Like they
now, pop
stick
music is not filled with a lot of brainy lyrics either.
With,
Pop
no, absolutely
music is,
not. Pop music is fun.
It's fun. It's the
It's
music.
catchy.
It's the beat.
disposable.
Yeah.
It's disposable.
Yeah.
And in all forms of music, there's always been great messages.
Yeah.
There are great messages in country songs.
Yeah.
There are uplifting songs. We know Alan Jackson after the World Trade Center. You know,
Yep.
his song was very impactful. Dare I say, Lee Greenwood. God. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
The Lee Greenwood song at one point really mattered.
In the 80s.
In the 80s, it was an impactful song. It's tied to something not representative of all of us today. But it's just...
But maybe that's why they're trying to blend all these certain artists like Beyonce and Chaperone and Post Malone who are trying to dip into the country world. Maybe they're trying to...
I think that's always been
Spice it
kind
up a
of
little.
going on, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at back in the day, you had Bon Jovi release a country album.
With, they did a song with Jennifer Nettles, didn't
Yeah,
they?
I think so. I think they did a whole album, didn't they? I want to say they
I
did,
don't know if it was
Yeah, I
a
don't
whole album. I
remember.
don't know for sure.
but I know they dipped their feet in it. You had, oh God, so many different.
Well, I think, in not to get away from country, but in the heavy music I listen to, there was a recent conversation on how to bring heavier music into the mainstream.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have your Godsmacks, your Stains, your
Right.
Bacon Benjamins, your 3 Day Graces.
Right.
Okay, there is music like that out there. It is a little bit heavier. It does have some barriers.
Yeah.
For
For
your
people.
average even rock listener, like they may not be ready for a breakdown.
they
They may not be.
They
ready
may not
for a
be ready
breakdown.
for the drop D.
But the industry understands it, and so do you and I who listen to it. That there is some very good music.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Good music is good music.
That it is worthy of being put on radio.
Yeah.
But their way to do that now is talking about pairing people up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, taking someone from
One genre and
and putting them in the other, because
Yeah.
then you're bringing two audiences to this
Yeah.
to the music.
Right.
Yep.
And so country has been, I think, has had to reinvent itself a few times.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of collaborations in country music now.
Yeah.
There are.
Collaborations are a fairly common thing.
Yeah. Especially in the pop and the country world.
Most often they work, some of them don't.
Right.
Some
No,
collaborations
some really don't.
Don't.
Do you remember
Don't work.
the Jimmy Page, and it was a rapper. Who was it?
Is this the 80s, Andy?
It was off the Godzilla soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
In the
90s.
I want to say it was the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
But it was horrible. It was god awful.
I can't remember, but yeah. So I mean, it's nice to hear the collaborations.
Yeah. They're fun.
Post Malone is good at everything he does. That's my opinion.
I have an appreciation for him. I've seen him
Yeah.
live.
It's cool to see that. The Beyonce thing. I mean, whatever.
I've seen Beyonce live.
Was it a country album? Wasn't a country album? Was it not a country album? I don't know.
Right.
But we've seen. We've got several artists in country that are leaning more towards pop.
Pop country,
You know,
yeah.
again, we talked
Yeah.
about Taylor Swift, maybe the first episode, that she was never, ever, ever intended to be a country singer.
No.
That
That's
they
where
saw
she
this
started.
this little pretty girl with the curly hair, and they thought, well, we know what we're doing with her, but we're going to put her in country to introduce her.
Yep.
Yep.
And look what happened.
Right.
Yep.
And so sometimes, let's see, what's Maren Morris.
Mhm.
Maren Morris has music out.
Yep.
She's kind of been blackballed by the country music industry
Okay.
because she's threatened to leave the country music industry. I don't know. But she's done some traditional stuff, but it's mostly been pop sounding.
Yeah.
Right.
A
You
lot
know.
of it is pop sounding. Yeah.
A lot of it, yeah, and the pop sound has always been in country.
Mhm.
You know, you go back to the, especially the 80s, you know,
Right.
not, a lot of Reba's stuff sounded poppy.
Right.
Jody Messina sounded poppy. Trisha Yearwood, I mean, there
Leanne
was
Rimes.
Leanne Rimes, you know,
Shania Twain.
she came out
Shania
with,
Twain,
do you
yeah.
remember the Leanne Rimes song Blue?
Yep.
She just performed that on the Country Music Awards too.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, because that was a very traditional sounding song. And
Right.
then-
That was an old school.
and then the
country
industry
song.
said, "Oh well, she's a pretty blonde."
Yeah.
So we're gonna. She did One Way Ticket, I think, shortly after
yeah, that was a good song. I like that too.
That's a great song. She did the, and then you know she ends up going pop later on with "Can't Fight the Moonlight" from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What
I
was that
remember that
movie?
one.
What was that movie?
Coyote
Coyote Ugly.
Ugly.
Yeah, Coyote Ugly, a great, really bad movie,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's,
Great
yeah,
movie.
I agree.
So yeah, you know they've just always crossed over. There's been some great duets, some great features of people. I think we got country people appearing on R&B and hip hop albums
For
now.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's working. I think we're at a point where you can't genre away some of this music. It's just country is starting to sound like pop.
Yep.
Yeah, and rock and other, you name another genre, I'm sure they're trying to get in on that too.
Yeah, I mean, alternative country is kind of the indie style, and you got pop country,
Yeah, I
and
mean, 'cause
outlaw, which
Yeah, you have all those subgenres.
bluegrass, and
You know, I mean,
your favorite, the twang.
Oh,
the twang.
honky tonk.
Yeah,
the
so
twang.
Andy and I were driving
Twang.
Andy and I were driving somewhere yesterday. And I am so excited we finally got to this episode because he has a great impression of the average country music fan.
Yeah, I
If you'd
know
like
he
to go
does.
ahead and do that for Ashley now,
what you want me to do? Like
I want your impression of the average country music fan.
the average music fan or the average music?
You know
done
what
by
I'm
country-
wanting you to do, so just do it.
The
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of that. Honky tonkin', hey, honky, hey, hurry here. That?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Andy is very against.
I'm offended.
I know you should be, and I'm offended too.
Yeah. That's,
I don't think it was
I'm
twangy
not
enough.
offended,
But
yeah.
no, Andy has a barrier, and I think your barrier is very fair. That other people have that too. Some people don't like that traditional
It's just
stuff.
that style, yeah. But
So
like,
let me
but
ask
why
you
do they
something.
sing like that?
Okay, listen. Let me ask you something. Do you think they're faking?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them, I think, is a genuine accent. But I think some of them are just singing it to sing like that. You know, you listen to them talk.
I went to see Eric Church in the early 2000s. Cedar Rapids, I think it was. Cedar Falls, whatever.
mhm.
He was there with Dirk Bentley and the Wreckers and I think Sugarland. He came out and he sang his country songs. I was a fan. A couple of years go by, pretty soon he puts on the glasses. Now I have to apologize for the glasses. I found out that there's a reason he wears those. It's some nerve thing. But all of a sudden he started talking like this and he started singing like this and he sounded completely different than when I saw him the first time. And I'm just turned off to him now. I'm just like,
Huh.
no,
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
But these people, Andy, are from the South, and that's how they speak
Right.
in the South. And
Okay,
You-
but
you-
explain Ozzy Osbourne then,
okay, some people.
and Def Leppard. Their accent is so thick you can't understand a damn word they say, but then when they sing, sounds just normal.
Okay, but that is that's an individual thing. There are
No, I
studies
know.
out there. There's research out there that you can read why it is the case for one person, but not the other.
Okay, all right.
I didn't do the research. I just know.
And
I just know
some
that
of
it's
the
out
like
there.
vocal lessons that they go to, maybe they know how to control it a little
Maybe,
bit more when
maybe.
they sing.
Yeah.
Well, and
Could
I
be.
think many, it's like learning dialect in the movie industry. I mean, you have people that, hey, in 2 years you're going to be doing this British role. They don't know a bit. They start working with this. What do you call them?
Yeah.
They start working
Voice to people.
with yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the actual term.
Yeah.
It starts with an L. Anyway.
Voice coach.
Yeah, they start and they train to do that. There are people in the music industry that are doing that to the reverse to learn how to get rid of that accent or that twang or whatever. But you have Lainey Wilson, okay, who there's no way she's going to get rid of that. You can hear it in her singing, you can hear it in her talking. Alan Langley, I think. You don't necessarily hear her accent in her singing, but it's real thick when she talks. Another guy we talked about, Zach Top. Okay, he's a true country guy. He's from where you believe he is, and he can't get rid of that twang. But some of them can. Some of them can. I agree with Andy. Some of it is probably planned and intentional.
Sure.
I mean, don't think we don't have country artists that weren't born in Los Angeles singing about the South.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean I get it. I mean, you look at the rock scene, everybody was trying to sound like Bret Michaels back in the day, or everybody was trying to sound like Motley Crue, or that was the thing. Rat. There's
See, I told you I could get them to go back to the 80s.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, every genre has that, I guess.
Yeah.
Copycat type thing, but I guess my question is, why copycat that?
Yeah.
See, I think already we've talked him into country music. How do you think
He's
we're
a
doing?
fan. He's a fan.
Oh, huge fan. Yeah, there is some I don't mind. Like I have.
You mentioned, I think, Chris Stapleton before.
Chris Stapleton is okay. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't not. I like the fact that he doesn't have the twang.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Okay, so do
He
you
can
like
sing
songs with
anything.
steel guitar?
No,
Why?
I don't know. I've never liked the steel guitar.
Oh, okay.
It's just not one.
Well, I just want to let you know the steel guitar has never liked you either.
I know. I know. There's
What about
people that love
what about
that.
the fiddle? You like the fiddle?
No.
Why don't you like the fiddle?
It's
Devil
just-
Went Down to Georgia? Come on now.
So fun.
I mean, it's okay.
Devil Went Down
That
to Georgia,
song,
man.
yeah, I know.
What
I
about
know.
the banjo?
No.
Yeah, the banjo?
I hate the banjo.
Banjo.
Wow.
I like guitar.
You can't have
Bass.
bluegrass.
Drums.
You can't have
Drums.
bluegrass without the banjo, man.
Yeah,
you
I
don't like
know.
bluegrass?
No, I don't like bluegrass.
What about, like, the harmonica?
What's the
Harmonica, I like.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like
What
I
about,
like the Blues Travelers. I like
well, it's not country.
Aerosmith has
Stevie Wonder.
harmonica. Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Yeah, some
All
great
right.
harmonica work. So I like harmonicas. But yeah, it's the
Dobro?
it's- What was that?
The dobro.
What's a dobro?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, it's like a steel guitar,
Oh, okay.
but it has it has a strap on it, and it's a guitar you flip over, front side up, and you pick on it.
Okay.
It's not it's got thicker strings.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably.
Jerry Douglas, check him out. Okay, that's a
Okay.
dobro.
Okay. No, I'm not a.
Oh, this episode might make me go back to drinking.
Carried
Woo.
away.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we've already-
no, I think some of it is the type of instruments they play too. It just doesn't
Just doesn't do it for you.
It doesn't do it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's essentially it. But there are some that, because of situations, especially like high school days, that I can listen to them and appreciate them, even though they're not really my thing. I won't ever search out country music. It's just not my thing.
Right.
But I mean, I did see quite a few country artists live. Mm-hmm. I've seen some legends too. Guy Dukes of Hazzard, Waylon Jennings.
Okay.
I've seen Waylon Jennings. I've seen Chris Ledoux.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen.
Did you see Garth Brooks?
No. That was one I really wanted to see, actually.
Yeah, that was
out
a really
of
good
all
show.
the country shows that I've seen. Yeah, he was one I want to see. I think I saw Faith Evans. Brooks and Dunn.
I mean, we've had some here at the Tysons. I'm just Tim McGraw, Keith Urban, any of those. No. Yeah.
Now, usually if I got a country artist in my concert, it was because they were with a rock person.
Them, yeah.
And they opened up. The Waylon Jennings thing was total luck at Lollapalooza. I was hoping for Rage Against the Machine, but I got Waylon Jennings.
Gotcha.
But Waylon Jennings, I did appreciate because he did the Dukes of Hazzard theme song, and I was happy. Yeah. So.
Is that all it takes?
If he plays the song right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was talking about some of the country artists that I've seen live.
Mm-hmm. I got to see Merle Haggard.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't see Merle.
Died 3 years later. 2 or 3 years later. Yeah.
I saw Chris Ledoux.
Chris Ledoux.
He's
I've
dead.
seen him. Yeah, he's dead. His kid Ned's out there doing his song.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one I got dragged to.
Ashley. Let's talk about Ashley.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you go to a lot of country.
I do.
She does. Do you know how long it took me to get her to take me to a country
Oh my
show?
gosh. Are you talking about Lori Morgan?
We're
which one are you
I don't
talking
know how
about?
long we've known each other. We don't know when we met or how we met.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't
But
remember.
we've known each other for I don't know.
Years.
You've been with your baby daddy how long now? Your roommate? How old's your room? Or how many years you been with your roommate?
Yeah, I don't know.
18, 19 years. So I've probably known her about I don't know.
It's been a long time.
16
that we've
years.
known each other,
It's been
yeah.
a long time. A little too long. But I'd be like, you want to go to a country? Well, I always go to those with my parents.
Oh, God.
Ask her again. Oh, I'm going with my mom. Oh, I'm going with my dad. Oh, I'm going with such and such and such and such. And I don't know.
got so butthurt.
We finally went to a concert, and then we went to another one. I don't know. We've been to what? Maybe 3 or 4 country shows together now?
Yeah.
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 Finally worked.
I think Lori
Nice.
Morgan was the first one, though.
Yeah, it might have been. But,
And then we went to
But
Blake
now
Shelton.
she's got someone new, Andy.
Oh.
She's got someone new.
What are you talking about?
She goes to all the country shows with Liz.
Oh, Liz, yeah.
She goes to all the country shows with Liz.
Liz appreciates country music just as much as
I will
do.
tell you that since she met Liz,
Oh, my goodness.
I haven't got a single message, hey, you want to go
Look
to
at him
this or
butthurt
anything?
over
He is
there.
so butthurt.
That is-
Do you want to go see Bailey
And I go
Zimmerman?
with Jason and Lindsay a lot, too.
No, I'll tell you. We actually met up at a concert. We went separately, and she didn't even talk to me.
Which concert?
We went to see Ella Langley up in
I was
Des Moines.
front row.
She was
I
in
was
the-
not
she was
gonna
in the
turn
front row
around
with
and go
Liz.
back.
with Liz in the front row.
Oh, carried away.
I went with my daughter. She hugged my daughter. She said hi to me.
I
That was the
hugged
whole
you.
thing during the show.
Oh, he is exaggerating.
Wow.
But I wasn't losing my front spot. I was not. I was so excited to see Ella.
But yeah, so
my
I
goodness.
don't plan on any 2025 shows with her because
Oh,
she's got
my goodness.
Liz.
Get out of here. Do not hate on her.
She's a very, very nice woman, by the way. She
Do
is.
not
She's
hate
very
on
nice.
my friend Liz.
No, I met her at the show. She's really nice.
Yeah.
She is.
But
She's
I'm
great.
out and Liz is
Oh
in.
my goodness.
Liz is in. So, Andy, I mean, now that you're open to going to country shows, I mean, we can
did I
go
say
to
that?
them.
Did you get a ticket to Ella for the Sioux City show?
I haven't yet.
Oh. Well, I'm in the pit, so unless
Well,
you get a pit ticket.
I'm sure. I guess who she's in the pit with?
Yeah.
Liz.
Liz and Jason and Lindsay.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
See?
that would make sense.
See? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liz is in, I'm out. It's
Oh.
okay. I know some other people. I'm going to take them to the country concerts. And they're
Sounds
going to be
good.
better than the country
You're
concerts
gonna
she
gonna
goes
have
to.
fun.
Better than the country concerts she goes to.
Sure.
She's going to be jealous
You're
of my
gonna
pictures
have
on
fun.
Instagram. But anyway.
You were just dying to call
So-
me out on this podcast
I
for
think
that.
so.
My
I
goodness.
think so.
He
been,
is-
I
been
feel
holding that
so much.
in.
Yeah.
I feel so much better. But
Oh
no,
my
I
goodness.
all the respect to Liz.
Thank you,
That's
because
all right.
she's awesome.
All right. So are
and
you
the
guys
country
going to
show
still
she
try to?
can't get to? She can't get to. It's because she has a groups. But anyway, that's a
All
different
right.
story.
So
And I am going with her to Jake Owen here on the 30th. too.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
We just spent 10 minutes talking
I
about why I'm not
know.
going to any of them with you. But yeah.
So convince me why I should listen to country music.
Well, here's the thing. This podcast is about loving what you've always loved.
Yes.
Okay? Meaning
And
that if you grew up in the 70s and you love 70s music, that's good.
Yeah.
80s, 90s, whatever.
Mhm.
But it's the year 2025. There is music out there that is just as good as the music that you grew up on or were raised with,
I
or that
agree.
you have memories tied to. And that you should always be interested in trying something new. We've talked on previous episodes that up until about 7 years ago, I listened to Godsmack and Breaking Benjamin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I did not listen to anything like the music I listen to today in that heavy music metal umbrella.
Yeah.
Because I had barriers like you do to country. I thought, well, I can never listen to that because that guy's doing death growls right from the start. I can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
You
No,
know.
I get that.
And I just thought one day, you know what? I honestly did. I thought, I want my kids to think I'm cool. Now, I thought my dad was cool because he had been a steel guitar player, and you know, he raised me on country music and whatever, and I never had a problem with that. But my kids were already listening to some of this metal stuff, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And now I listen to heavy bands like Enterprise Earth and Lorna Shore, where there is no
they're heavy.
singing on the song. It is a vocalist doing some stuff you would never believe, and that would scare a lot of people, quite frankly.
For sure. Let me just say, so, like, if I put a Lorna Shore, I have a coworker. I won't mention his name, but I have a coworker who he's very, as far as like music goes, that he told me, I don't care if you listen to heavy music as long as it's not as hard as AC/DC. Thank you.
Yeah.
My mind blew at that point.
Okay.
I was like, boy, oh, wow, where do I go with that?
Yeah.
So do I break out the Lorna Shore
Yeah.
and really scare him?
Yeah.
Or do I break out like the Typo Negative and go really, heavy, dark?
Yeah.
Just to
Well, and
really mess with him?
So
Right.
I wanted to see how far I could go. I literally have been studying metal music for 7 years. I mean, I just dove into it, and
You're more into like the modern stuff
I'm
as far as metal goes.
As far as metal goes, it's modern. Now,
You're not into like the Iron Maidens.
Oh no! I
the
still
Motorhead.
I
or-
still enjoy the Motorhead and Metallicas and all of
Now,
that stuff.
have you ever listened to like bands like Exciter or Testament or?
Yeah, those. But I know Testament and all those because I grew up with them in the 80s.
Grim
Sepultura,
Reaper.
Pantera, yeah, Grim Reaper. I know a lot of those.
Death.
But there's some very extreme bands out in the world that are very dark metal bands that are sing about really evil things, and they honestly burn churches down in these countries.
Oh yeah, some of them.
So
Yeah.
I'm not into that, but I'm just saying that there are barriers like that that I moved past, and now I'm glad that I went as far as I did, because along the way I've discovered some stuff that I really do like. I'm more into the lighter side of the metal music. It's the melodic, it's the poppy type of, again, kind of the 3 Days Grace bands of today. But I do enjoy that I can go that far with it, that extreme with it.
Right.
That I am completely open now to this form of music. Now the next thing I'm kind of studying K-pop now.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of that is in English. The only way it's going to succeed here in the U.S. is if it's in English. But you know, it's Korean, Asian, Japanese. There's J-pop, K-pop. You know, and then you get into another form of music I love, which is Latin music. I send her a lot of.
Bad Bunny was on SNL last night.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Bad Bunny type music. I don't understand the words. Yeah. But I love the rhythm.
I do too. I will give you that.
I love what it does for me. The K-pop stuff. It's the stuff I can't understand. I think it's really more about. Ashley probably knows this, but a lot of music now is just based on the choreography. What's the dance in the middle? You know, how can you dance to it? You know, it's not meant to be, you know, really lyrically deep or anything. Right. But I'm open to that, and so you don't have to seek out the stuff that doesn't. Don't seek out the stuff that's.
Don't
twanging.
go to the honky tonk twang.
Yeah, don't look up
styles.
I mean, you're not going to like your playlist on Spotify or Apple Music that says twang dang.
Yes. No.
I think for you want to do like outlaw type country.
Yeah, start with outlaw. Try some of the other stuff. Now, first and foremost, you don't have to become a country music fan. You just have to be open to listening to.
I did listen to a couple. What was the? It was Marcus King and the Marcus King band that I checked out. Honky Tonk Hell.
Okay. Yeah. Now when we're thinking about country, I don't know that he's necessarily one of the mainstream country guys. Right. He's phenomenal. Yeah. He has a big fan base. He's got, you know, very well known records, hit records.
I just found that on a playlist.
Yeah. But you know, it's just being open. That's all we want from this
podcast. I have been
open to checking something out new. Maybe you haven't before.
Open.
I've been more open.
I want my friend Darla in State Center, Iowa, who absolutely just like, oh, how do you listen to that heavy stuff? Right. I just want her to someday. She has a jukebox filled with some great 45s from the 50s and 60s. Sure. I would like her to put on a pop song from the 90s, early 2000s stuff. Yeah. Oh, hey, this is a fun little thing. It's just as good as Jan and Dean. Right. You know, it's something like that. You know, just be willing to listen to something new. You know, if someone turns you on, like our friend JC comes over to my house every now and then. Yeah. I always put it on YouTube, turn them on to a couple bands. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna check them out some more. Yeah. You know, you've turned me on to things. I've turned you on to things. Yeah. She's turned me on to things. In fact, I think it was Ashley that turned me on to Fletcher. Okay. Which is a pop artist I love. Who else?
Halsey.
Halsey, yeah, I think she's the first one to tell me about Halsey. Can you believe that?
I would honestly, I think Ella too.
Ella Langley, yeah.
Okay.
Lennon Stella.
Yes,
Lennon Stella.
One.
Do you know Lennon Stella?
No, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't. You should.
And I found her from Nashville.
Yeah, she was on that show Nashville. But yeah, she's turned me on to a lot of music. You know, I mean, she's my bestie for a lot of reasons, but we do share a lot about music. We share pictures of Halsey sometimes several times a week.
All right, so let's talk about, like, top 5 favorite country artists. You can go, whichever one wants to go.
Now or just...
All time.
All time.
Top 5.
Ooh, right now. My L's, Jason hates when I say this, but I'm like, Lainey. Miranda Lambert, and Ella Langley. Those are like my top 3 girls
She
right
got
now.
top 3. Okay.
I would say that those are my top 3 gals as well.
Okay.
I like them now. I like Bailey Zimmerman, Jordan Davis. I like him.
Jordan Davis is good.
I'm really enjoying Zach Top. You know, if we want to go back, if you don't like George Strait, you can get the hell out of here. I'm just saying. If you don't like George Strait, get the hell out of here.
I love Blake Shelton.
Yeah, Blake Shelton's good.
George Burge is another upcoming guy.
Oh, yeah, he's
really,
good. I like George.
I really like him.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, you go back. I mean, Alan Jackson's good stuff,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the ones that I mean, Kenny Rogers.
Oh, Kenny Rogers was great. You picked a fine
Willie
time
Nelson.
to leave me, Lucille.
Oh my goodness.
Who is that? Is that Kenny Rogers?
Yeah, it's Kenny Rogers.
Okay.
You couldn't tell?
No.
Oh.
I just know the Gambler,
Islands in
to
the
be
stream.
honest.
That
Oh, yeah,
is
that
what we
song,
are.
too. I
Okay.
forgot about that one. The guy I saw. The Dukes
I
of
don't-
Hazzard guy.
Sing it for me.
Just a good old boy.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
That's very good.
Now
Cameron Marlowe's another.
What's his name
Oh,
again?
yeah, Cameron
I-
Marlowe's good.
I love him.
Yeah.
All right.
So, well, Andy, I have to say that I don't believe we've even gotten you 1% of the way towards.
I disagree. I think
Purchasing a
if I
country
sent him
t-shirt.
some that I think he would like, I think he would check.
I
them
think
out.
you
I
should
would check him
probably-
out.
I think he would.
So Ashley's going to start sending you country songs.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll send him like a couple. I'll
a couple.
ease into it.
All right.
Okay, and
But I'll be
then,
like,
and
hey,
then
Andy, I
you
think we
can
would
share
like this
stuff
one.
with her because I don't know. I think she's done pretty well the last 2
Yeah.
episodes. Maybe we should have her back.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the next one we should have her in on is we are going to talk about the shades of lipstick in country music.
What?
What?
Yeah, shades of lipstick
Okay.
in
whatever.
country music. Fashion. We never
Fashion.
talk about hair and fashion.
Oh.
I'm just messing around.
Fashion.
The right shoes to wear in
I am
country
in
music.
trouble if we're doing an episode on fashion.
Really?
Yes, very much
When it comes
so.
to country music, you
This
just
is
need a
me
hat.
getting dressed up
You need a
today.
hat and some boots. in country music.
Usually when we're doing the podcast, it is pajama time.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, be comfy. You're in your house.
that's right.
in the monkey cage.
It's a monkey cage.
Well, did you enjoy the episode?
I did. I had fun.
All right.
I don't know anything really more than I did before, but I enjoyed it.
All right. Good show, Ashley. All right. Do you have anything to promote? Are you on? You got a podcast or?
I
anything?
have nothing.
You have
Boring.
nothing? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Andy does.
MonkeyBoyRadio.com. You can check out a couple different shows. Real Rock Nights, Saturday nights at 8 is me and Shep. Count down the top 20. Hard rock, heavy metal, SMR charts. And then on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m., we have Dad Rock, which is new music from classic artists. And then 7 o'clock is The Underground, which is local, regional, and national up-and-coming rockers. So
All right.
you can check it out at monkeyboyradio.com.
We're going to talk about music conspiracies.
Yes.
Ooh.
I can't wait to get into the Paul is Dead.
Paul is dead. I don't know. Is that the real Ozzy Osbourne? I mean, so many things we can get
So
into.
many questions, so many answers.
We'll talk to you next time on the
All
Music
right.
Matters podcast.
I've been Monkey Boy.
I'm Ziggy.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming, Ashley.
Thank you.